Hey everybody, what's going on? So we're at X Speedway tonight. Finally, the weather and work schedule has allowed me to get out here. So we're doing a day at the races with Darin Porter. Now, we didn't start at the shop like I like to do, but that's okay. We're still out here. We're going to document a pretty cool race this evening. It is the Dylan Bias Memorial and the race for Riley. So it is one of those races that is highly recommended here at X. It'll be a good show. There should be a good field of cars. So about ready to cross the pit gate and go in there and meet up with Darin. Fashionably late, but still here. So hopefully it's a good race. Nobody gets hurt and plenty of action. So we're going to sign in the pits and be back in a minute. You know, sometimes you don't realize how steep that is until you walk down it when it's a muddy mess before they finish packing the track. But I didn't bust my ass, so that was good. Track's looking pretty good. Everything's getting set. Here comes the watering truck. Hey everybody, what's going on? So down here in the pits, Darin's got the car unloaded and there are plenty of cars still pulling in. So man, this is going to be a really good night. X Speedway is one of those tracks that's it's tight, it's homegrown, it really makes you feel like you're in touch with the sport. So I'm looking forward to this and hopefully I can show you around and get some good shots. So here's a random view of the exit of turn number 2 and a look down the back stretch of X Speedway. Back to Darin. At first I thought these held flags, which they probably can, but when he started putting up the lights I was like, yeah, that makes more sense. So once I got the trailer offloaded, there was no time to rest. It was business as usual. Darin put the little Nerf bars on the cables for the doors so nobody tripped over them, and then started hooking up the lights. And now that Darin got the lights hooked up, comes over to do everybody's favorite part, what we've been waiting for. Let's fire that thing up. That's a nice sound right there. As you can see, it's time for Darin to suit up for hot laps. That gives the drivers a little bit of chance to get a feel for the track of what it's doing that night. These tracks change from week to week, so this is a good opportunity to get out there and get it done. Darren's lovely wife helping him out here, doing some last-minute safety checks, helping him get in the car. Last-minute safety checks and probably some encouraging words from his #1 supporter. Window net comes up, and we're ready for hot laps. Tried 2 camera angles here, not sure if I really needed them, but it was just something to mess around with. This was my first time doing this, so I thought it worked out okay. See how the track is. Not nearly as muddy as I expected.
It's pretty muddy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They told me to run the high side to knock the mud off, but it's too greasy to run.
Well, hopefully the spreads will knock some of it off.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy up top. Hey, Kurt. So, something's wrong with my fucking steering. We set the toes set on this side instead of that side. My steering wheel's not lining up, so I put it in the same spot on my mark, my steering wheel.
So as you heard Darin say, there's a little trouble with the steering, and that is not uncommon with these race cars. Especially this team had raced Friday night, Saturday night, and this is Sunday night. So it's a pretty hard weekend of racing. So these race cars have a lot of adjustments on them, and sometimes they can get out of whack. And obviously there's something going on with the car that Darin does not like. In there. The sponsors are a big part of the racing community. They help these race teams stay afloat, be able to do what they do, put on a show for the fans and love it. This is something that they do for the race. And I used to see it, a couple of places of different special races when I was younger. But what they do is they bring all the drivers out on the track and they put their name on a frisbee. Then eventually they'll throw that frisbee over the fence into the crowd, and a lucky spectator will grab it. And if some frisbees, they have like maybe a prize written on them or a special number, and you might get a little prize. And then if your frisbee of the driver you have wins, then you also get a special prize. Here they are introducing the super stock drivers. As you can hear, Darin Porter has quite a few fans there at Double X.
And here they are. They're getting ready to toss them over the fence. And sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. Just depends on the throw. So Darin's made it over the fence just fine. And some lucky kiddo went over and got his Frisbee. So now all the crews will head back to the pits and try to start the work before the racing. As you can see here, Darin and his crew are going to be hard at work trying to fix that issue that they had with the steering that Darin felt in hot laps. So obviously, when you got cars at speed, especially on dirt, any race car, honestly, you want that car to go straight and react how you want and where you need it. So Darin's definitely not shy about jumping in there with all the people that help him out to try to get the car where they want it and try to put it in a winning position later on. Now you can see the modifieds going by in the background. That means the team of the 21, they are on a timer now because the heats for the modifieds have started. So that means they've only got a limited time before their heat race eventually rolls around. Into the second modified heat. Watch them making some adjustments on there. I didn't want to get too close to the car because they had some measuring tools out. I didn't want to get any numbers involved or any of their measurements. That's the last thing I want to do is give away any kind of competitive advantage. You can hear, or you can see Darin here checking his tire pressures. See that he's kind of in a hurry because now the streak stock or the super stock heats have started. Gonna have to forgive me if I keep calling them street stocks.
We might not have much time either, but it's gonna be main.
They button the car up and it looks like they've got all the issues fixed for now. You can see Darin's heat race right here, taking the front stretch. He is in outside row 3, which puts him in position number 6. You can see him checking the steering there, making sure all the adjustments that they did are all good and everything's tightened up. And Darin has a fast car. I'm gonna let you just watch, but he's got a hot rod tonight, and it shows early on. has taken the checkered flag from 6th to 1st. Like I said, Darin had a fast car tonight. That thing was a hot rod during the heat race and showed really good promise early on. Although I did notice when rewatching these videos from doing this edit that it did seem like there were some sparks coming out, either I think right by the left rear. When you watch him coming down the straightaway, I don't know if that was a trick of the light or that really was some sparks showing an issue early on with the 21. Comes the dash for the street stocks. So since Darin won his heat race, they inverted the order, which I'm not a big fan of. I do not like the inversions or passing points, but hey, that's just my opinion. So anyway, since they inverted the order, Darin starts inside row 2. Right there, 3rd place. So we'll see what goes on with this dash. Now, as you can hear, as they're doing some final adjustments and working on the car for the feature, adding a little bit of fuel here, some smack talk and friendly banter is all part of the racing community.
Honestly, any competitive sport is going to have a little bit of smack talk, and racing is just no exception. All right, here we go. We got the B-Mod feature coming up.
Whoa, whoa, it looks like they got an issue on the very first lap. Glad everybody was able to avoid that and nobody got hurt or damaged their vehicles. So here they go, they get them restacked up and we'll try that again.
luck, Darin.
Thank you.
Where they got you sitting for the polo? Where they got you sitting? Where they got you sitting tonight?
Third inside, second row.
Third? That ain't a bad spot.
No, not the way it's looking. They're running inside. Might have tightened it up too much.
Well, fingers crossed.
I did not realize he had his receiver earplugs in when I spoke to him. Darin and his whole crew were so gracious and down-to-earth good people. He races at Callaway and here at Double X a lot, so if you ever see him down there, go by, wish him luck, say hi, tell him how much you enjoy Super Stocks being out there at the track. And here we go. He's off to staging. Now I did put a GoPro on, but as you can see here, it's kind of recording at like faster than normal with no sound. So obviously that's operator error there. I do not know what happened.
Winners celebration going on right there for the B-Mod feature.
And you can see them lining them up right here, waiting. So there is a little bit of GoPro footage, but it was my first time using it, so you'll have to forgive me.
See, they're staging all the street stocks for their feature race.
Now right here, I was actually going to walk over and try to record a little bit of the victory ceremony for the B-Mod, but I did not get over there in time, and that's okay. As you can see, Darin is outside second row, or inside second row. Here's back in the car. So I do like this angle because I like to see the movement on the car. I like to see the drivers using the wheel, and I wish the GoPro footage would have worked out best or better, but I learned some lessons on it, and I'll have to apply those next time. So it's still cool. It just doesn't keep up with the rest of the footage because it's at a higher speed. So here they are on their parade lap. A lot of times they will have their arms out the window, waving to the fans. The fans can wave back, show appreciation. I think we're in the car one more time. Yeah, right here. They get the 1 to go signal. Next time by, they'll be going green. There's the official giving them the wave. And here they're on the backstretch. And then they should take the green. I don't know what this is. Pretty good night. I wanted to move around a little bit more, but I can only walk so fast. There's a ton of shots I wish I could have got. But I could tell right away that something was up with Darin's car because he had a hot rod all night. And then he dropped back, and I moved over here to try to get a better shot. I wanted to get an angle of them coming through the corner, and I did not see the 21 come through. And there was a yellow out, so immediately it kind of raises a flag that something might have been up with the 21 of Darin Porter. So there's Darin pulling into the pits. Obviously, I wanted to come over and kind of film to see if they were working on it. And you can see the crew consulting with them to try to figure out if their night is still going to happen or if they are done for the night.
Now you can smell a little bit of brake fluid, but you know, you don't know if that's just because it got hot or it sprayed. But unfortunately, it did spray. Their night is done. They had broken a brake line. Now, regardless of what people think, when you're coming down these tracks and you're faced with a 180-degree turn, you need brakes. So the caution light goes out and the race resumes. And unfortunately, the team of the 21 in the Superstock division is done for the night. The Superstock race for the Dylan Bias Memorial and Race for Riley goes on. Unfortunately, all they can do is just watch. Now, this does come with the racing territory. Unfortunately, this happens. You will have to take the wins, the losses, the highs, the lows, the glory, and the heartache. Sometimes all in one weekend. Looks like somebody else was having some issues. I wanted to stay out of the way. I didn't know it was overheating the fire. But and that concludes the Superstock race for tonight. So one more race to go, and that is the sprint cars. Darin and his crew were really cool, and you could feel some of the heartache when they had to park the car for the night. It's definitely not the night that they wanted. But like I said, that's just racing, and we'll finish this up with some sprint car footage of the remaining race. I love shooting from this corner. Once again, I'd like to thank Darin and his whole crew of the 21 Superstock. They were so gracious. Everybody was really cool. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and like the video and subscribe it. You can share it if you want to, if you think there might be other people that like this kind of stuff. I will be going out to the track a lot more often. Hey, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it.